welcome back to the Happy Place to Grow, where we have worked so hard together to build those reading skills. We are on our final lesson of the school year together in our First in Phonics series. We will continue when school starts, but it's time for a break. We're going to close up our learning sessions today with a lot of people's favorites. I have found this is one of the most popular videos that gets watched when it's spell check time, and I think possibly because it definitely makes the connection between words, how to write and spell them, and it challenges. It's one level up. It's definitely a challenge. And I know you all love to increase your knowledge and challenge yourself. So this will be our final spell check. Now we have been focusing on ending blends. So NG, ng, and NK, ink. And then we put short vowels with them. And we created patterns ing, ang, ink, ank, ong, and then in video 2, we added ing to the end of whole words. We added this suffix, and we discovered that even though the word gets longer, let me find a word here in my little collection. So there's the base word, whole word, think, and then we add ing, thinking. We learned that that means that you're either going to do it, you will be doing it, or you already did it, past, present, future. And that was good to know, because sometimes if you see long words with these endings, you're not really sure how to navigate it. So now we know. Spy out the whole word. Just know this is an ending. We've got that. So in our spell check paper today, when we are getting it together, so if you've been with me for a while, you know when we do spell check, we have to do a little prepping. We have to get some kind of paper. You know, if you want to use this copy paper, blank paper, spiral notebook paper, it doesn't matter, just grab something. This will involve writing. I always suggest use a pencil with an eraser, because as we're working through our words with our spelling connection, sometimes we either put the word, we spell it incorrectly, we get the wrong vowel, or maybe a letter's backwards, we need to fix it, and handy dandy eraser. In the last spell check that we were doing together, in the last learning sessions, I even said if you have a tablet and you have a little way to create some paper or a format on your tablet where you can type your words in, you could do a spell check with a device. We could tech it up a bit. Yeah, I love paper and pencil. So our spell check goals, the goal of the spell check is we're going to first, we will listen and identify and write. So we're going to hear the whole word. Then you're going to listen carefully, identify the sounds, and write them down. And then this is an extra layer of this, is writing the letters correctly and neatly so that others can read your written work. And you might be doing this in school or have done this. I can correctly. What can you do? What should you be able to do when you're done with this activity? I can correctly spell words using letters and sounds. And that's the goal. You know, every activity that we do has a purpose to continue to grow us and advance us and up our skills so that we are good readers, quick readers, automatic readers, and automatic spellers. We don't have to struggle with that. So go ahead and get your paper ready, however you want to set that up. You know, I like to make grids. This one's going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns because we've got our ing. This one at the end, we've got ing, but we've also got when you add an ending. So that's why it's the double. So we'll have a few words that have the base word and then ing. That definitely should challenge you, but you've got this. You can do it. So go ahead and set your paper up and we'll get started. I'll be here waiting on you. All right, we are ready to go. I know that you are up for the challenge. So in the first part of this, I'm going to say the word. I'll repeat it. I'm not going to show it to you. I want you to write it down on your spelling grid in the section. So if it has ang in the word, you're going to, and just say that the word was bang or rang. You would write it here in the first one. And then every time you hear a word with the different pattern, you would write it in there. As we're going along, the next time you hear an ang word, you go to the second box. That way we can keep organized. And as we check, which is the second, so the first part is spelled. And then we're going to check to see if we spelled correctly and everything's in the right direction. All right, let's get started. So listening, identify, and then you're writing. And then we'll check. First word up is bang. Bang. The pot hit the floor with a bang. So you're thinking about what you hear and you're putting it in your spelling space. Next word, sing. Sing. In our story, the king liked to sing a lot. Sing. Next word. Don't forget to write neatly because written words have to be readable. Next word, sank. Sank. The toy ship had a hole in it and it sank to the bottom of the water. Sank. Let's move on. Song. Song. The king sang his song all day long. Song. Okay. Rang. Rang. The person at the door rang the bell to let us know they were there. Rang. Make sure you're writing neatly. Here's a good one. Singing. Ooh, singing. I like singing little songs all day long, and you know that. Singing. Now I'm going to give you a minute on that one because that's a long one. We've got singing. Singing. Got it? Okay, next one. Sink. My sink is filled with dirty dishes. I need to go wash them. Sink. Sink. Ooh, here's a good one. Banging. Little Davis was banging his hammer in his toolbox area or his tool area, workshop area. Banging. Bang-ing. And he really does love to do that. That's my little grandson. Bang-ing. Banging. So bang-ing. I'm going to give you a minute because that's going to be a longer word. Got a lot of letters. You can do it. Okay, next. Ring. Ring. I bought a new ring at the store. It was beautiful. Ring. We will ring in the new year at 12 o'clock midnight. Multiple meanings. Ring. Here's a big one. You can do it. Ready? Listen for all the sounds. Bringing. Bring-ing. Bringing. I'm going to give you some time on that one. Bringing. Bringing. Make sure you've got your letters in the right direction. Bringing. I will be bringing some cake over to celebrate your birthday. Bringing. Bringing. I gotta throw in a few toughies, right? Here's an easier one. Bank. I've got to go to the bank and cash my check. Bank. The snow plow pushed the snow and built a very tall snowbank. Bank. All right, let's keep going on. We're almost finished. Pink. My little granddaughter, Sony, loves the color pink. Pink. Are you ready for another big one? You can do it. Ready? It's going to be a long one. Thanking. 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 I was thanking all of my students for working hard. Thanking. I'm going to give you a few minutes on thanking. 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 You can do it. Think about the sounds. Thanking. Okay, only two more. We can do it. Next up, hang. Hang. You need to hang up your clothes every evening. Don't throw them on the floor. Hang them up. Let's hang around together and go to the park. Final word. I saved a good one, but it's a long one. Listen closely. Winking. Winking. The lady was winking at her grandson. Like, I'm going to wink at you. We're going to go on a secret little trip and get some ice cream. Winking. Wink-ing. Winking. Okay. Got it? All right, look over your paper. Do a double take. See if everything looks good. Okay, part 2 is we're going to go back and check. So you can grab any kind of marker or pen if you want to use the highlight to circle. So what we're checking for is correct spelling, right? And we're also checking for letters in the right direction. So if it should be a B, it's not a D. And no capitals in the middle of our words. We don't need those there. So if you made a capital G or a capital K at the end, we would want to make that lowercase. And if it's just messy and you can't read it, we're going to circle it. You could also use any kind of marker or pen. All right. Once you circle it, you're just going to go back and fix it. Yet it is important to fix those errors because you're training your brain. That wasn't correct. That wasn't my best writing, or that letter was in the wrong direction, or that wasn't spelled right, so let's fix it. You're training your brain on the correctness of things, and that's important. You don't want to leave an incorrect impression in your mind. Practice makes permanent. Here we go. Our first word was bang. So that was B-A-N-G, not D. Make sure you don't have the D. And that would go under. Now in this grid that I have, ang is here. So on this one, it's over in the second slot. So you would just, and I'm writing this in marker just so you can see it better. So you just check it over. If everything's good and you spelled it correctly, neat, put a check mark. Got that one right. Okay, let's keep going on. After that was the word sing. And that should be here. This is where we're adding the ending behind my head. So sing. So S-I-N-G, sing. That was the I-N-G pattern. Then we had sank. S-N-A-K. Sank. All right. How you doing? You got everything in the right direction? That one should be pretty easy. Make sure that's not a capital K. All right. And then song, sing a song. And, you know, sometimes kids get this G. They don't get it on the line space correctly. Sometimes their circle, the circle part of the G is up where capital letters are. So if you've got that, you want to go down a little bit. You want it to be the same height at the start of the circle as the other letters. These are small letters. The start of this is small, and then the curly tail falls, right? So that would go here under ong. Next word was rang, again with the G. Make sure it is the same height and then drops. Yeah, lowercase letters can be a little tricky because some are small, some are tall, and some fall. Rang. So bang and rang. And then we had our first big one, singing. Singing. And that was a long one. So we've got sing plus ing, singing. And that would go, I'm going to try to squeeze out of the space right there. And if you had trouble, hopefully you were able, my space was very small. And I thought, if I was writing that, I would never get it. And you have to be so tiny on that. I should have given that more space. But I can write kind of tiny. So, but you want it all to be one word. You don't want to have like sing and then under it ing. So if you did that, you might want to try to squeeze it all together. Let's keep moving. Next up was sink. And you see how that lowercase k right here? So it's not a capital K. Capital K would be here. And then kick down. So check that over. So our first ink word. And then another longie, bang, ing, banging. We were banging pots and pans to ring in the new year. So bang plus ing. Did you get those G's in there correctly? If not, just circle them and fix them later. Good one. So we'll stick that over here. I know you're doing great. After banging was ring. Ring. So that goes here with sing under ing pattern. And then I thought this was probably the toughest word, bringing, because it had that BR beginning blend, br, and then ing, and then these two, that part of the word should have been easier. Did you get the beginning blend, br, ra? We worked on beginning blends and blends with R's in earlier learning sessions, so hopefully that came back to mind. And we'll put that with the ing. So, moving along. Bank. That one should have been easy. So, bank. Make sure that K is not a capital, not an uppercase. So, let's put that with sank. Sony's favorite color is pink. Is it your favorite color? I like pink. My favorite color, though, is orange. Pink is pretty good, too. And then another biggie, thank-ing. So thank plus ing. So you've got that th. And then the ank pattern. And then we added that suffix ing, thanking. I was thanking my lucky stars that I didn't have to get up and go to school on Monday. That's going down there. Two more. Hang. Let's hang out. Now that it's summer, we can hang out at the park. That's fun. And if that goes, dun, dun, dun. And then finally, my favorite word of the bunch, wink plus ing, winking. It's an action that you're doing, winking. So W-I-N-K, wink, and then ing, and that would go down here. We had a lot of ing. I really challenged your brain on this last lesson. Yeah, we had to just work really hard because this is the last one. Well, how'd you do? As you checked over your work, which is important, that's part of this lesson, and it shows that we want to be excellent in all that we do, spelling-wise, writing-wise, because that's who we are. We're excellent students and excellent learners. I have definitely enjoyed our journey together this school year, and I look forward to more learning next school session when it starts. And for some of you it will be August, some September. We'll continue our first in phonics. We're also going to be stretching our minds this summer as we are out and about. Spy for words that have patterns. See if you can read different things as you're on vacation, like maybe maps, maybe brochures that tell about, if you're visiting the zoo, about the animals. There are little signs at the zoo that explain about the animals. See if you can use your phonics skills to help you read really strange animal names. You know, as you're having a vacation and taking time off, your reading skills can continue, and you can incorporate those skills into all the fun activities you're doing. All right, learners, have a great summer vacation. Now remember, we will be working on some fun stories for this summer. I've got lots of good stories about summer vacation and camping and going to the beach and building sandcastles. So please join me for some fun summer stories, and keep on reading as you relax by the pool. Okay, until our next time together, as always, stay safe, put your sunscreen on, and I'll see you real soon.